Glenn Kessler, who is Washington Post's fact checker, once again contradicted the Washington Post's own reporting in an attempt to smear Bernie Sanders. And as I've said, this has happened multiple times. This is something he has consistently done, gone against their own reporting in an attempt to attack Bernie or AOC as well. So I've covered this. I've covered that in the past. Let me show you just a couple of those videos. If you search up these titles, you'll find them. Washington Post stunning fact check on Bernie claim. This was about Bernie's claim of 500,000 medical bankruptcies a year. The Washington Post claimed that was an inaccurate number, but there is a Washington Post article saying that that's the number. So contradicting their own reporting. Also, and this one is on Washington Post site's pro Walmart study to fact check AOC. That is what it says. So Glenn Kessler used a pro Walmart study to fact check AOC's comments on Walmart. Showing you cannot trust the Washington Post fact checker. Now, that isn't to say, I'm sure sometimes he's been correct. I'm sure he's fact checked Trump and has been correct. But you can't just blanketly believe everything that comes out of Glenn Kessler here because he is consistently wrong. And again, goes against their own reporting. So let me show you the latest version of this. Glenn Kessler here tweeting out, new fact checker. Sanders' claim the 2017 tax cut went to the wealthiest and large corporations. So I would show you the article, but of course it's paywalled. But I do know that Bernie was given 3 Pinocchios for this. Them claiming Bernie lied about this. All right. Well, let's first of all go to what is said in the article. I'm going to use a lot of replies here to Glenn Kessler, so thank you to everybody here who helped to contribute to this. So Evil Kneedle here tweeting out, literally twice you say this is true, and gave it 3 Pinocchios. So here's Glenn Kessler's own writing. It's a policy choice about whether tax cuts should be extended to even the wealthiest Americans. But in any broad-based tax cut, the wealthy will end up with more money from tax cuts because they already pay a larger share of taxes. So he's making Bernie's argument, yet still somehow Bernie is lying. As we have explained before, any broad-based tax cut is going to mostly benefit the wealthy because they already pay a large share of income taxes. According to Treasury Department data in 2017, before the tax bill was passed, the top 20%. So he made the argument for Bernie twice. This, of course, in addition to previous reporting from the Washington Post on this. Jordan Freeman here tweeting out, hey man, ever heard of this newspaper called the Washington Post? You should check out the reporting sometime. Here's a headline from them. For the first time in history, U.S. billionaires paid a lower tax rate than the working class last year. In 2018, the super rich paid a lower tax rate than the bottom 50%. Of course, this is because of the Trump tax cuts. And you see here the data in front of you. More here, Natalie tweeting out this one, again from the Washington Post. A 2019 Treasury analysis found the biggest beneficiaries of the pass-through deduction were the top 5% of individual taxpayers. The Treasury estimated the total tax savings in 2018 was estimated to be about $34.5 billion, but without the guardrails on the richest business owners, it would have been almost $63 billion. So again, showing you their own reporting, contradicting the fact checker. David Sirota here with just the perfect breakdown of all of it. It's now clear that Glenn Kessler has such a sociopathic hatred of Bernie Sanders that he's willing to trample the Washington Post's own reporting in order to try to slander the Vermont senator. Compare these 2017 WashPost reports with Kessler's unhinged screed this morning. So let's check out these headlines. Trump's tax reform looks like tax cuts for the rich. 9 ways Trump's tax plan is a gift to the rich, including himself. Also a grift. New details of GOP tax plan reveal focus on wealthy, and the Trump tax cuts would be the most insane giveaway to the rich ever. It appears Glenn Kessler should be fact-checking his own paper before fact-checking Bernie Sanders. Parker Malloy here tweeting out, at a certain point you have to just conclude that Glenn Kessler has some sort of personal issue with Bernie Sanders. Going on here to say, here's another example from 2019 where Kessler dinged Sanders because he said millions when referring to 8 million people, which is millions. So check out, this is really funny. Quote, millions of Americans are forced to work 2 or 3 jobs just to survive. Bernie Sanders quote. Glenn Kessler here saying, Bureau of Labor Statistics data shows that nearly 8 million people hold more than one job, but most of those extra jobs are part-time, not full-time. Obviously. And the millions of people amount to just 5% of Americans with jobs. So that means 95% of workers are not working 2 or 3 jobs just to survive. Making this a misleading statement. You can see the bullshit here. How is this misleading? He didn't say half the country is working 2 or 3 jobs. He said millions of Americans are forced to work 2 or 3 jobs. Of course, how would you work 2 or 3 full-time jobs? There's not enough hours in the week. The dishonesty of Glenn Kessler is incredible and also hilarious. It is just so insane that this man is able to put out bullshit like this and claim it and continue masquerading as somebody who's a journalist. Just completely ridiculous.